Hey everyone, this is Derrick Broze with the Conscious Resistance Network, and it is Friday. I hope you guys are having a good day. We're going to talk about war. We're going to talk about war criminals. We're going to talk about Trump. But before we do that, I want to remind you guys to bookmark theconsciousresistance.com. That's our website right here. You can get plugged into everything we do, whether that means you want to see what our latest updates are, you want to see my remaining talks throughout 2019, you want to see our latest articles or videos. We also have conscious music that we've loaded up on here. You can buy or download my books. You can also order some shirts. And of course, you can join the website if you'd like to contribute your own content and get your message out there. And two other things I want to let you guys know about is that you can follow us on minds.com at the Conscious Resistance Network. This is our last week of the Divest from Facebook campaign as we work throughout the month of May partnering with Minds. Who knows, we might work with them beyond this, but it would be a huge just awesome gift to me if you guys could visit this page and join Minds through this link right here, this minds.com/conscious resistance link, or just go to the Conscious Resistance website, check out this, join the Conscious Resistance on Mind, divest from Facebook, and within there's a link. Follow that, join through my link, and that'll show them that we are promoting this decentralized platform. I'm not getting paid for that at all. We're partnering together in different ways. So check that out. Also, I want to remind you guys that we are now partnering with Brave Botanicals. We have this banner here. It needs to be fixed a little bit, but what that says here is click here for a free ounce of kratom. Click through that link, get you some kratom. If you don't know what kratom is, check out our most recent interview with John Bush on that, and you can get a free ounce of kratom and find out all you want to about that. And that does support me while also supporting your health and learning about a plant that the government doesn't want you to have. So let's get into this. Well, one more thing I will briefly mention. If you do go to minds.com, you'll see this. I put out a new article. It's not available anywhere else yet, only on Minds for a few days. Julian Assange, Brian Carmody, journalism is under attack in the U.S. If you don't know about this case, if you haven't heard anything about it, I recommend you go check it out on Minds. And I'll probably do a video about it in a few days. But if you want to see it first, go there to Minds and check it out. Now, what we're talking about today is that Donald Trump is apparently, in the coming days, as we approach Memorial Day here in the United States, this statist holiday, kind of like Veterans Day, just I guess national pride, support the wars, support the veterans. That's what I always think of when I think of Memorial Day. But as we approach that, Donald Trump is apparently considering pardoning certain soldiers who have been accused of murder, of what would be known as war crimes. And it says, this is from Vox, which of course, we always take Vox with a grain of salt. But the reason I'm choosing this one, I'll show you in a moment. It says, Trump's interest in pardoning troops accused of war crimes explained. The military doesn't want these pardons, but Fox News does. Now, this is kind of interesting. The New York Times, which of course we always have to be skeptical with as well, said that the Trump administration made expedited requests for the paperwork needed to issue a number of pardons, including the troops accused of killing unarmed citizens and detainees. Trump could still change his mind and decide against the pardons. Former military officers have come out against this, but the White House requests indicate that Trump is seriously considering following through with the pardons. And during a Q&A with reporters ahead of his trip on Japan today, he said he's considering them. He suggested some of the soldiers, charges against the soldiers are unfair. Some of these soldiers are people that have fought hard and long, he said. We teach them how to be great fighters. Then when they fight, sometimes they get treated really unfairly. So we're going to take a look at it. It's possible that I'll let the trials go on and I'll make my decision after. And on Monday, the Daily Beast, again, take them with a grain of salt, says that Trump's interest in the pardons is part of the result of a months-long lobbying campaign by Iraq war veteran Peter Hegseth, who is a Fox and Friends weekend co-host who doubles as an informal advisor to Trump. Now, it's interesting because this guy, Peter Hegseth, he saw the article go out, and he actually tweeted it out himself, which I would say is an endorsement of the story. He's not denying it. It says, free Eddie, free Matt, free Clint, which he's talking about. One of them, he's talking about Edward Gallagher, Navy SEAL leader, who is awaiting court-martial on charges that he shot unarmed civilians and stabbed a defenseless teenager in 2017 while in Iraq. The other is Matthew Golston, a Silver Star participant who admitted killing a Taliban bomb maker in Afghanistan in February 2010 and is supposed to be arraigned on charge of premeditated murder. And then Clint Loris, who is serving a 19-year sentence following his conviction on murder charges stemming from shooting 3 Afghan men in July 2012. So this guy who works for Fox News is admitting that, yeah, he's been lobbying Trump. He pretty much did tweet an article about it, so I guess that's an admittance of guilt or participation, at least an acknowledgement of it. It's not a denial. So I would say this is true. So it says not only has he lobbied Trump in private, but he's repeatedly made the case to Trump to pardon the accused war criminals, and he's done this on Fox and Friends, which everyone knows Trump watches Fox. So it's like a message to him. And then apparently on his show, he said, quote, "These are men who went into the most dangerous places on earth with a job to defend us and made tough calls in a moment's notice. They are not war criminals, they're warriors. This should be a uniting issue, but the left is going to attack him for this, saying he's releasing war criminals, he's loosening the rules of engagement, our men and women are willy-nilly killing civilians. It's all garbage, but they'll attack him no matter what. These are the good guys, these are the war fighters." And as Vox notices, but it's not just the left that has accused Trump of the questions of war crimes in general. It's also the military justice system, and they have some information here, a tweet from General Martin Dempsey, basically saying that Trump shouldn't get involved. So it's not just the left, quote unquote. I'm not a leftist, and I think this is bullshit. General Martin Dempsey, absent evidence of innocence or injustice, the wholesale pardon of U.S. service members accused of war crimes signals our troops and allies that we don't take the law of armed conflict seriously. Bad message, bad precedent, abdication of moral responsibility, and a risk to us. Leadership. So it's interesting to see that pop up. And then we can go a little further. Actually, I found this one from Just Security. Post 9/11 veterans have mixed feelings about Trump's war crimes pardons. And again, they go over the story, and it says that Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America, which is the country's leading veterans empowerment organization, represents the post 9/11 generation of veterans. And this guy who's writing this, or excuse me, this woman, Lindsay Rodman, worked for this organization, and she said she decided to ask the members about the pardons. She's a Marine veteran and served as the Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America Director of Communications and Legal Strategy. And in a poll last week, they polled over 1,600 members, veterans and military service members from all different occupational specialties and across various services. 11% of respondents are currently serving on active duty or in the National Guard or Reserve. While the majority of respondents disagreed with the president's pardon, 52%, a significant portion, 40%, agree with the president's pardons to service members who have already been convicted of war crimes. For those awaiting the trials who haven't been decided but are accused of war crimes, the numbers are similar. 54% disagreed, 37% disagree or agreed with them. So it does show you that, yeah, there's some division within military veterans, but overall, even the military, the generals and some of the veterans themselves don't want Trump to get in the way. And then you have this from USA Today. This is an opinion piece from the editorial board of USA Today. Actually, just they felt the need to put this together, saying Donald Trump pardoning war criminals on Memorial Day would be desecrating a holiday. Now, as I said, it's a statist holiday. I'm not going to sit here and defend this holiday, but it's showing you've got people pushing back against this, and there are a number of people who are not happy about this decision, and it's not just the left. Now, I want to pose the question. The more I thought about this, obviously it's messed up, and I do think it does set a bad precedent. I wish there was no more wars, but in the world we're living in now where there's warmongers all over, if these other countries get the picture that, hey, the United States is going to let their soldiers kill people outright and then not even hold them accountable, perhaps they will let their soldiers be more bloodthirsty and crazy. So I want to pose this question to the audience, whoever's listening, and I'm actually thinking about doing a man on the street interview this weekend or whenever the heck Memorial Day is. Yeah, I think it's coming up. So I think I might go out and do some man on the street interviews. Give me a thumbs up or a yes or a comment if you'd like that. It's been a while since I've done that. But I'm thinking I could go out there and ask the audience the people on the street the same question I'm about to ask you guys, which is this. If it's wrong for a soldier to just go out and commit murder, like straight up just shoot people in the head, as Derrick Miller is accused of doing. He hung over a civilian who was being interrogated and fired a bullet into the man's head. Then turned to another shoulder and said, "I shot him. He was a liar." He's been sent to prison. If that's bad, if he's being sent to prison for that, for premeditated murder, because he already caught a victim, caught a suspect, and was interrogating them, and instead of, I guess, only waterboarding him, he actually shot him in the head, right? So if that's seen as murder, then why is it not seen as murder when a soldier just kills somebody in general in the midst of the war, right? Is there a difference? One is state-sanctioned and state-approved murder, like, hey, go out and kill Afghanis for us while we try to take this oil and take over this region, and that's all fine as long as the war is actually taking place. However, if you shoot and kill somebody while also in service of the military, whenever it's not part of the official war, then you get tried. Do you see what I'm saying here? I think they're both murder. It doesn't matter. Just because the state said, hey, it's okay to murder, does that make it okay? That's the question, right? If the state tells you, we hired you now, you are a hired gun, you are the war fighters, and so anything you do within the bounds, like if you're out there in the battlefield and you got to kill somebody, you got to rough somebody up, you got to raid their house, you got to take from them, you got to put fear in their hearts, whatever, it's fine, you're a soldier. But if you go too far, we might have to try you. I think it's wrong. I think it's immoral no matter what. Whether the soldiers are committing murders, that's what they are. Now, some, of course, we could say self-defense. But who's really into self-defense whenever America is invading Afghanistan and Iraq and elsewhere when they had nothing to do with 9/11? Of course, 9/11 is based on a pack of lies that we all know. But who is the aggressor in that situation? Wouldn't the Afghanis and the Iraqis be the self-defenders, the ones who are the rebels who are rebelling against the invading forces? So perhaps they are merely acting in self-defense, and the people coming in there and holding them hostage and interrogating them and then shooting them, perhaps they are the aggressors. I think that's the bigger question. So should I go to the streets this coming weekend or whenever the heck Memorial Day is and ask some questions of Houstonians? I think I will. I feel like that'll be a fun video and you guys might enjoy that. It's been a while since I've been on the streets, and there's really something to being on the streets and doing man on the street videos. You have to hone those skills and being able to stay calm and think on the fly. Basically just get out there and talk to people, but in a way where you can hear their concerns without getting emotional, and then also throw some different ideas to them that might get them thinking deeper. And it's cool when you see people tossing these ideas over their mind and actually considering different opinions and ideas that could potentially change their mind. So maybe I will do that. In the meantime, though, the answer is it's all murder, it's all violence, it's all force. Just because the state says, hey, you have orders, go do that, we know that the whole argument, the case that, I was just following orders, it doesn't hold up in court, right? You are an individual. You are a single individual who is awake and alive, and you have the ability to decide for yourself. Or you can be an order follower. But order followers are not alive. They are maybe breathing, they're maybe existing, they're walking around, but are they truly living, or are they just subject to the whims of their master, whoever that may be, whatever master, whatever God they may serve, that's ordering them around? If you're just an order follower, you're not thinking for yourself. And if you're just being an order follower and you're committing murder, and then you have somebody like Donald Trump, an authoritarian, and all presidents are authoritarians, come in and pardon you, then I think that does send a sign to the people that we can do whatever the heck we want, and the king is just going to pardon me at the end of the day, even if I straight up murder people. And that it's okay to murder when the state says so. So all the messages that are being sent in this case are wrong and just screwed up. And I wish more people would see that. So I invite you guys to share this video, to share this information. Comment below. I really do like seeing the comments in the live chat, talking to you guys while it's going on. But I also love the comments too. So give me some thumbs up. Give me some comments down there so other people can come in and see the activity on the video. Go join minds.com. Follow our link. Sign up through that. If you want to get a free ounce of Kratom, check out this link right here to My Brave Botanicals. And yeah, I think that's it, guys. Till next time, remember, you are powerful, you are beautiful, and you are free. Peace.